Hey everyone, this is Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life here for Spiegel Mom Scraps Trendy Tuesday, and this is going to be my last Trendy Tuesday for this year's term. So I will be back. No fears there. I'm gonna keep my Trendy Tuesdays going, but this is the last video that is being done for the 2016-2017 design team. So, in honor of that, I thought it would be really fun to kind of recreate the very first layout I had done for the Spiegel Mom Scraps blog hop all the way back. I believe that was in August. And so I took the same stencil that I used back then and a bunch of different shimmers and just started painting. This is how I created my first layout as well. And I had a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite techniques. It's bright and colorful, and it's just so much fun. I am using a piece of cardstock that is American Crafts brand that you can pick up in the shop. It is lovely, heavyweight, and perfect for doing mixed media. The nice thing about this type of mixed media is because it's in such small quantities, it doesn't bend your paper whatsoever. And I am going to show you, that's the finished design, and I'm showing you all of my dazzlers. So Gummy Berry Blue, Coral Me Crazy, Licorice Stick, Golden Mine, those are my dazzlers. The Pasties Raspberry Sherbet, and Don't Be a Pansy. I use the Princess Vibes, Pink Stilettos, and some Heidi Shine. I also used a tiny bit of Jenny B Blue for some splatters as well. The other part that's kind of fun to this layout is I am using the free cut file that's available for the month of April. And because I actually am the one that had a little girl back in March 25th, so the team, Jody and Sarah, very sweetly and graciously created the cut file to be based off of a baby theme after the fact that Nora was born. So I definitely wanted to take advantage of that. Sarah sent me all of the cut files. I don't own any type of cut file, silhouette, cameo, anything like that. What's the other one called? A Cricut. I think it's the Cricut, right? I don't own any type of cut file, so I don't actually get to take advantage of the cut files very often. So it was really fun to have this show up at my, well, not my doorstep. It showed up at my parents' doorstep, and they gave it to me. Helps with shipping that way, being in Canada, and my parents are actually in the States. So it was just really sweet, and I love it. So I am going to paint that with my pasties, and I also sprayed a little bit of the shimmers vibes, that pink stilettos on it as well, to give it kind of a fun, different thing. And then I patted it down with something to just kind of soak up the extra. And there you can see I'm originally thinking my title is going to say, "Hello, baby girl," but in the end it does change because the photo and my journaling kind of don't fit the title, but you'll see that in the end. I also need to just let you know this video cut off on me. It's one of those things, you think you're doing everything correctly, and then you go to do voiceovers and you realize things didn't record correctly or got corrupted, and it was just one of those times. So I am using one of the big doilies that you can get in the shop. I love these. They're so much fun to play with. And I'm just going to place that at the bottom and then add 3 different frames to this layout. I'm trying to use up my stash. If you didn't know, I am currently on quite the spending freeze. So I've been on it since March, and it will continue until the end of July. So my goal is to use up as much stash as possible, and one thing that I have a lot of, because I use them a lot, are frames. So I'm just trying to get back into the habit of getting them used up, and I used 3 of them on this layout, which made me really happy, and I really like the way that that looks. It gives it kind of a fun diagonal look to it. And I used 1 piece of pattern paper. This is from the Millie in June collection, and it's just that bright pink to kind of help pop off the fact that this layout is about a girl, because most of the layouts you have seen from me up till now basically have kind of been more on the boyish side. So you're probably going to see a lot more pink and girly things. I am going to add this Project Life card as well. I have been hoarding this card. It is from a Dear Lizzie collection, and it's just been sitting in my little Project Life stash because it's just one of those things that was so cute. I just didn't want to use it. So I finally pulled it out, and I'm going to place my journaling on there. And it's just going to talk about how this is kind of our first big outing. We took her to a family dinner so everyone could meet her and hold her, and she did so well. And so it just kind of talking about all of that. And then I'm going to pull out all of the stuff I'm going to use from my shimmers. Not my shimmers, from my Spiegel Mom scrap supplies, sorry. Because there are clouds in that Project Life card. I also wanted to add a couple onto the layout as well in the felt clouds that you can get. So what I end up doing is just, you can see there's 3 there right now, but I'm going to actually only end up using 2 of them. And then I'm also going to take 2 heart felties that you can get and spray them with my shimmers, one in the bluey color, one in the pink color, and use a couple of sequins. So the sequence packs I used for this layout are the Let's Be Mermaids and Hot Right Now. These are not the newer sequence packs, but they are some of my favorites. So that's why I'm using them. And I just had so much fun with this layout. So, like I said, it is going to cut off here pretty soon. You're just kind of seeing me try to figure out my final touches and what I want to do. I originally thought maybe I could just use a felt heart that was already pre-colored, but in the end I had to spray it myself. And you do see the little feather. I am going to add that as well. So it's all going to cut off here, but I will come back live and you can see all the finishing touches. Thanks, everyone. Hey everyone, so this is my final layout. I apologize, I have no idea what happened with my video, but I was having some very huge technical difficulties. So let me just start by saying this is the original layout I was being inspired by. So it's the very first layout I created being a part of the Spiegel Mom Scraps for the blog hop when I first started. I wanted to recreate that. And so I used the same stencil and just picked some different colors because obviously my photo is different, and just kind of played. So I just took kind of the idea of using the stencils and then went from there. The rest of the layout isn't really a scrap lift, but I'm also, as you can see, featuring the fact that we're using these beautiful, beautiful pre-cut file. And this was done for the fact that Nora was born, and so it was really sweet of them to create a cut file to kind of honor that. That was really neat. So I did take that on and I used the word baby from there. There's tons more options, so head on over and pick up that free cut file if you're interested. And then I also from the shop added these awesome clouds. You know how I love the felt clouds, also the felt hearts. And then sequins came from Let's Be Mermaids and Hot Right Now. And then, of course, the felt feathers. So that's everything from the shop. And then, of course, all of these paints are shimmers, which I bought in the shop. So I'm really, really pleased with the way that this layout turned out. I just love it. It's so bright and colorful and cheerful. As you can see, I did change my title down here. So instead of Hello Baby Girl, which is what it originally was. I'm just making sure you can see this. It now says, Hello Baby, let's go on a family adventure. A little bit more fitting for what the story is about. And that's just kind of it. So again, I apologize about the way this layout kind of turned out with the video, but this is it, and I am done for this term. I am back though. I am part of the design team for this coming year, and we have a lot of really exciting things in store for you, so just keep staying tuned. Bye everyone!